let's run through a live example. For this example, I'm going to be using Marketo, and I'm going to be showing a local test. If you're using Marketo, you simply need to create a program. So I'm going to create a new program. Just for laughs, we're going to call this a 20-hour saver program. This is a pretty simple setup to create. All we really need to do is make sure that we have a smart campaign and that inside of Marketo, we're using a default program. This can be an operational program that listens for all new leads that come into the system. But for this sake, let's just say we're going to be testing that somebody wants to get more information about an enterprise level product. So the smart list will simply be a trigger that basically talks about what type of form they are filling out. Now, a trigger basically listens for some action to happen on social media or through Salesforce, through dynamic chat. In this situation, we're just going to say they filled out or fills out form to show that the moment a form is filled out, that triggers a lead to be a member of this program. Now, we do not have the form created just for my test, so I'm just going to click a random form for now. Now that we have the qualifying factor of what brings someone into our program, we can add more things here if we wanted to. Like we can add if they are marketable, if they've subscribed or unsubscribed, just to keep the right people in and the wrong people out. But for the sake of the test, we're going to just jump over to the flow step. And as you can see on the right-hand side, there's many flows. You don't need AI knowledge. You don't need innate knowledge to do this. You just literally grab and drag to the left side and you can say, hey, let's send an email, let's wait an hour, let's send another email. We're basically sending an email and then we're saying, hey, I want to alert a salesperson that someone is interested in this product. So since there is no wait step between these steps, immediately the moment they fill out that form, the confirmation email is sent, the alert is sent to the sales owner, and we can score this person and say, hey, this is the right person for the job, this person's ready to buy, we're going to give them 50 points on a 100-point system because they're halfway there. This is all being handled really, really quickly. As you can tell, I'm talking my way through this. It's less than 5 minutes, and we now have a system that's going to work consistently. It's going to send confirmation emails, alert the salesperson, change their score. And just for laughs, let's go ahead and put a wait step of 1 hour. Let's say they didn't open the confirmation email, and we really want them to get that confirmation email. We can say, hey, wait an hour, and let's go ahead and send them another email if they haven't opened that one. We do this by adding a constraint or adding a choice. So we will click add choice. And in this area, instead of just sending out an email, we're going to say only if they opened an email. So here we're going to say opened email, and we'll say, hey, what was the name of that email again? Whatever that email is that we sent to the confirmation email, we will say, if they open the confirmation email from this last hour, then go ahead and send a confirmation follow-up. Now, we could say if they opened the email, if they did not open the email, if the email bounced, we can do different things here. But let's just say, the salesperson is also not on it, and we've sent them the confirmation. They haven't answered. It's been 4 hours. So now we're saying, okay, it's been 4 hours. The salesperson has not answered. We can do a few things. We can follow up with another email to try to keep massaging or nurturing this lead. Or one thing that we can do is we can add them into a nurture program. Now, I recommend having a general nurture program, definitely that is product-based, so that if a lead comes in asking information about a product, they are put in that program until a salesperson marks that lead as a customer. So in this situation, we're saying, hey, it's been 3 hours. If the current sales campaign is empty, meaning the salesperson has not put them anywhere, go ahead and add them to an engagement program. So we're basically saying if that person's sales campaign, or if the salesperson has not put that person in a sales campaign, so we're saying the current sales campaign for this lead is still empty, then we will basically say, okay, now we're going to add them to a program or a nurture program, which is a general nurture. I will get into nurture programs later on just because it's very, very advanced. And if you want to get more information about that, just go ahead and put nurture program in the comments below, and I will make a whole video about that for you guys. But this is basically a simple flow that saves you hours and hours, 20 hours a week at least. Let's say you did not have this. If your system is not using any automation, someone has to send that email manually. Someone has to manually go to a salesperson and say, hey, someone filled out a form. And that salesperson has to manually try to find information on that person, not knowing where they came from, what form they filled out. Not to mention, if the salesperson's busy, there's no confirmation email going to that person unless someone actually is just staring at the salesperson and understands that they need to answer this. So if that's the case, then obviously you've missed out a lot in this situation without an automation. So hope that helps you guys. It's a simple automation, but it does a lot of work. So in conclusion, when automation works, your business follows up instantly, never forgets a lead, nurtures automatically, routes correctly, closes faster, and scales without added headache. This is the power of marketing automation. If you want help building a system like this, or if you want to download the blueprint I just talked about, that download is in the link below. We have a visual as well as a checkoff PDF. So thank you guys for watching. Let's get your business running on systems and not stress, and we will talk to you later.